Hi everyone, it's Michael Citron with the Citron Real Estate Group. We're here for episode 38 of Ask Michael Monday. I'm so excited to have Lori Alhadeff, who is running for Broward County School Board, District 4. So thank you so much for coming on our cool little show we have. I wanted to get right into it because we have a lot of questions here, and I wanted to give Lori a way of expressing herself to the people that are voting. So number one, why did you decide to run for the Broward County School Board, and how do you feel you are the most qualified for the position?
Thank you, Michael. So I'm running for the Broward County School Board District 4 because my daughter's voice, Alyssa, her voice was silenced. And I will be the voice for change. I will be fighting for Alyssa and all the children because we must act now. School safety must be a top priority, and we must start thinking outside the box. I will also focus on a push for a broad-based curriculum that educates the whole child, as well as making sure all of our students receive all resources that they deserve, and that students with exceptionalities get the required services based on their IEPs. I am the best candidate for the job because I am using my bachelor's degree in health and physical education as well as my master's degree in education.
Great answer. I used to be a teacher before I got into real estate, so I feel where you're coming from. Number two, please discuss how you will improve or change the Promise program and discuss changes needed for mental health in our school system.
Sure. So 5 ways that I would change the Promise program. There needs to be a research-based curriculum. For example, they should use a social-emotional curriculum. This teaches critical social competencies necessary for academic and life success, such as resiliency, self-management, and responsible decision-making skills. Second, originally when Promise was developed, it was supposed to have restorative justice. Restorative justice circles are where students sit around in a circle to discuss what happened to get them in trouble. What could have been done differently? What should they do going forward? It gives them a chance to apologize and emotionally recover from what happened. We need to train the administrators and teachers in restorative justice. Number 3. There is no established communication between police and the schools. So if Johnny gets arrested 3 times, Promise would never know, and vice versa if he gets into Promise. The reason why this is so important is because there's no accurate tracking of recidivism and how many times he or she is arrested or is in Promise. This is important to provide proper interventions. Fourth, students need to have the same counselor to follow them back to their school to continue the rapport and continue appropriate services. There should be a mentor assigned for every Promise child back at the home school and to connect them and to build rapport. Now, what needs to be changed with mental health in our schools? We need to increase the number of guidance counselors and social workers into schools to help with the mental health issues, starting at the elementary school level. Okay. And if the referendum passes, there will be more money to help to hire social workers and more guidance counselors. I will work collaboratively with administrators to improve social-wide practices and policies and collaborate with all community providers to coordinate needed services for all schools. We need to also strengthen the family-school partnership to improve communications with parents and take away the stigmatism mental health has and the stigmatism of seeking help. It's okay for individuals and group counseling. We need to reinforce positive coping skills and resiliency. We need to start connecting families with community service providers.
Great answers. In your opinion, what aspects of the Broward County school system needs the most improvement?
We need to start respecting and valuing our teachers. We are often too focused on testing and ratings. And we need to start paying our teachers more money. And if the referendum gets passed, this will also help giving more teachers higher salaries. Secondly, we need to the $800 million Smart Bond program was not managed properly. The time frame to complete the bond has been abused, and the time frame to deliver the projects has not been delivered and not been completed. Due to this negligence, the cost of these projects has increased substantially. The Tax Watch program brings about the many shortfalls of the bond program, and we need to secure our schools.
Absolutely. Getting into that, if elected, what is your plan of action regarding school safety? I know you have, Bo Landy is going to, I asked him this question and he had a lot to answer. So the basic, I don't want you to go too far into it, but the most important things that we need to look at.
So there was a professional risk assessment done at every school that basically compiles what needs to be done to make the school safe. We need to create a single point entry to the school, and we need to be able to have the students go through that single point entry to get into the school. They need to have a proper ID, and they are going to be able to walk into the school and hypothetically go through a metal detector or have the SRO off of there with metal detector wands to randomly check backpacks. And then once going into the school, we need to create our classrooms as a safe zone area with possibly a bulletproof window with bulletproof door, resistant door, and then create safe zone areas within the classroom. And then let's have a stop the bleed kit within the safe zone area.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a challenge. Obviously, we're going to have the metal detectors at Stoneman. I mean, for the kids to come in, it's going to, I just went to the Britney Spears concert last night and I felt like we went through 2 metal detectors. So there was a lot of people, so I think that's going to be a challenge. But I think that we're going to need to implement that, don't you think?
Nothing ever hard is, it's never easy to do something so hard, but we will get through those challenges and work through them.
Okay. Now, please understand, 5 of the Broward County School Boards have seats open of the 9. So really, this can make a difference now. It's not just one person running for election. There's 5 open seats. A new majority could mean a change in regards to many criticized issues, including safety, security, discipline, but also finances and hiring. If elected, how will you work with other board members, especially possibly those new 5 board members, to tackle these items if you get elected?
So definitely, I will work with all the board members. I will work cooperatively with them to start focusing and tackling one problem at a time and get through each problem and completely figure out what that problem is and how to rectify it and come up with positive solutions.
Okay. I wanted to also ask you, because a lot of people I wasn't even 100% sure, about voting. So voting's coming up. It's fast approaching. So I think you said early voting, and we're going to put this up afterwards so you can, after our presentation. August 18th starts early voting, so you can vote up till August 28th is the actual date, the final date that everybody will vote. So Lori must get 51% of the vote, or you will have to run in November, correct? So it's important that you go out and support Lori. You can go to her Facebook page. Your website's lorialhadeff.com. She's very accessible. I asked her to come on. She responded immediately. She has a lot to say. If you also were able to catch John Faber's, what was it called? He called it Cars and Candidates and Cars. Mm-hmm. So you can look at that. It was very interesting. It was an hour long, but it gave a lot of information, a lot of personal information on both candidates. So I definitely think you should go on the website, learn a little bit more about Lori. I think she has the passion and drive to make a difference. I hope she does, for all residents in Broward County. And you're running, again, I forgot to mention, for the cities of District 4 is Parkland, Coral Springs, Sunrise, Tamarack, I missed it.
Parkland, Coral Springs, Margate, Tamarack, and North Lauderdale.
Sorry.
Vote for Lori Alhadeff, District 4.
Thank you so much. Have a good evening with your family. Thank you for coming out. Take care.